These are 5 small steps that I think you should be doing as a beginner hiker before you even think about hitting the trails. Coming from someone that used to be a scout in their youth, but hasn't been hiking for like 15 years.
Hi, I'm Steph, and after going through a mild mid-30s crisis where I quit my job, I've decided to take up hiking with the goal of completing the Tour de Mont Blanc. The only problem being that I haven't seriously been hiking in 15 odd years.
10 minutes and we're already like overheating.
So I'm on a journey to rediscover all that there is to know about walking in the outdoors.
For weeks, I've been asking myself, where is all the beginner hiking content? So today's video is focused on beginner hikers only. Never been on a trail, don't know where to start. This is for beginners. So the first thing that I think you should be doing is just going for walks outside. And you might be thinking, Steph, isn't hiking just walking outside? You would be correct. It is just walking outside. But instead of aiming for some big trail, just go for a walk around the block. I think it's super unrealistic to expect ourselves to go from not going for daily walks, for example, to going out and hiking a trail. I think there's a lot to be said for just getting used to being in the outdoors and in the elements. Before you commit to that big trail, I really recommend you just getting used to being outdoors and walking. Something that I've been doing for the past week is going for a walk around the local lake. And honestly, it has been so lovely. I really love sunrises and sunsets. The other thing that it has done is help me understand the weather and what layers I need. But I'm going to come back to that in a sec. The second thing I think you should be doing is carrying a backpack. Again, this is before you've hit the trail. So this could be carrying a backpack on your daily walk, or maybe you commute to work and you normally take a bag. Maybe you want to change that up and change it to a backpack. The goal of carrying a backpack is just to get used to how it feels on your body, to be carrying that weight. I think it's also going to be really helpful for figuring out in the future what feels right for you when it comes to purchasing gear. You're going to know how those straps feel. Does the back of the backpack have enough padding in it for you? All of those sorts of things. Okay, this third one I think is my favorite. I think that we should be going out and walking in the rain. Obviously, it's really easy on a daily walk to have a look at the weather and be like, oh, it's going to rain today, I'm not going to go. But if you want to be serious about hiking, you have to get used to all weather conditions. So that means every morning when you wake up, if it's raining, pop your rain jacket on and get outside. And this, I think, is going to link back to what I was saying in that first point. It's going to help you understand what the weather feels like. So I mentioned I've been going for walks every morning. What I've noticed is when I check the weather that morning, I now understand more what it feels like outside. So if it says 9 degrees and cloudy, I know it's going to be a little bit colder, but I don't need a jumper. So I'll wear a thermal layer and I have a snowboarding jacket, which is waterproof, and that's it to walk. So going for a walk in all of the elements, the rain, the sun, the fog, the chill, that has really helped me understand what the weather actually feels like in my body and what I think I need every time I get outside. But I really think you should be walking in the rain because it actually is a lot of fun. Okay, number 4 is one that I am not very good at, that I am hoping to improve on in the coming weeks. And that is exercises. I don't know about you, but I'm in my mid-30s now and I cannot go from 0 to walking 20 kilometers overnight. My knees would absolutely not let me. So what we need to do is make sure that we're doing those exercises to help strengthen the muscles that are going to support the joints that we're putting pressure on as we hike. Now I've popped a link to a video that I found online below if you want to have a look at the one that I'll be doing. However, I was thinking about collaborating with a friend who's a personal trainer and coming up with a set of specialized exercises for beginner hikers. So if that's something that you're interested in, please leave me a comment below. Okay, number 5, and arguably the most fun point of all of these, is tell your friends that you're going hiking. And I don't mean from a safety perspective, although that's really important as well. I mean from a let them hype you up perspective. Something I've noticed about telling my friends that I'm doing this hiking series is that they have not only been really encouraging, but also have volunteered to come with me. Now that's not always going to be the case. Maybe what you'll find is they just want to hype you up. Both options are good options. Now, I totally understand if you don't have any friends that are interested in going hiking with you. I have another suggestion. If you're in Melbourne, there is a really cool group on Facebook called Melbourne Girls Outside. I've been in their Facebook group for so long, and honestly, it's just such a supportive community, and people post if they're going on a hike and other people will volunteer and come along with them. So it's a great way to meet new people whilst also going on a hike. And especially if you don't feel as comfortable hiking alone, which is totally valid, especially as a solo female. Now, I absolutely understand that. Sometimes it's better to go do a hike with a friend first so that you feel more comfortable about the area in which you're hiking. So Facebook groups, really great idea. Maybe you can see if there's one in your area. Okay, those are my 5 tips for beginner hikers before you even hit the trail. If you have any more tips that you think would be really helpful, I'd love for you to leave them a comment, share them with everyone. We need all of the tips that we can get, us beginners. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye.